there, welcome into my home. I'm Sharon Statham with Epicure. I've been with Epicure for this is my 18th year. So today I'm going to show you just a quick, easy noodle soup you can take to work with you. This is our wonderful special for September. I can hardly wait to find out the details later today, and then I'll share it with you, but I got to use it because I just love it. It's a 2-cup thermos, and it's got a little vent hole. So we're just going to make a quick lunch to go with it. So I'll just set that there so that it's not in your way so you can see. So what we're going to do, if you like those nice little sort of kimchi bowls or Asian noodle bowls or that, this is what's going to happen with this one. So we're going to make it a vegetarian option today. So we've got our new broths that also contain nutritional yeast. We have beef, chicken, and vegetables. So I'm going to choose the vegetable today. And this is our little dip and spreader tool. It fits nicely in the jars. And I'm just going to put 2 teaspoons of veggie broth into that container. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to use, I absolutely love our new miso and ginger nourish dressing. Now, just because it says dressing doesn't mean it's going to be something that's just for dressing. So I love it so much, and I love the miso, so I'm going to add 3 teaspoons into there. It's just got the most wonderful aroma. You're going to absolutely love it. And the other thing I'm going to add, just for a little touch of spice, is sriracha. Everybody loves a little heat, so if you want it a little hotter, like a kimchi or something, add more. I'm just going to add a 1/4 teaspoon because I'm a little bit afraid of it. But it's absolutely delicious. So this is our 4-in-1 spice spoon, and it's got the tablespoon, teaspoon, and on the back side is 1/2 and 1/4. So I just put a 1/4 teaspoon of that in. Fits inside all of our jars. Wonderful handy tool. Now, I don't like chopping onions, and the recipe calls for, see, there's my massive spice cupboard. The recipe calls for green onion, but I'm just going to add some of our 3 onion. Why chop onions when it's already chopped? So I'm going to add a teaspoon of that. Okay, so now what you want to do, you can do this in a mason jar, or the other thing I like using if you don't have one of these thermal carafes is a Ziploc container. And I'm not sure where I put those right now, but I'll find that and post a picture later. And they're just like a tall plastic mason jar, much easier to use. So what I'm going to do is I've got some rice noodles just in a bag here, and I'm going to break off a bunch of those rice noodles, which are much better for you than those ramen noodles and stuff, you know, that come in the packets. So you're just going to cram a bunch of noodles down in there, in amongst that dry soup. So we've got enough in there. And again, I can't be bothered chopping cabbage, but if you don't mind, you go right ahead. I just buy those mixed bags of coleslaw mix because you get a little bit of everything in there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of cabbage in there because a good Asian soup always has a little bit of cabbage. And then I love a little bit of celery. Now the nice thing with the celery is you can get to use our knives. So here's our big 5-inch ceramic knife. I'm just going to chop away the end there. And I'm just going to quickly chop up a little celery, and if you cut it thin and on the diagonal, it'll actually cook and soften quicker. So we're just going to put a little bit of that in there. And then again with the carrots, I like using a knife, but our ceramic slicer is amazing for doing this because it gets really nice thin slices. But again, put your knife blade tip just on the cutting board, and if you just cut like that, you're going to get tons of nice thin slices. Just watch your fingers if you're doing it freehand. And you put your carrot in there. And what else does it want? Oh, I love putting a little bit of edamame in there because you always have to add some protein. So our local grocer, it's a little Langley Farm Market. You can go and get your frozen edamame beans already shelled. So they just look just like that. And I'm just going to pour some edamame in there. push it down. There we go. And to top it off, I love our new Asian umami nutritional yeast sprinkles. These have so much flavor, and you're getting the benefits of vitamin B12. So I'm going to sprinkle a bunch of that on top. Then I'm just going to take our lid. I don't know if you can see all that. So I've got that full to the brim with veggies and noodles and all those seasonings. And I'm just going to put the lid on. And guess what? Lunch is ready to go. So you can do this for your kids and have them add their own favorite vegetables in. Do it for yourself if you have to go to work. Have a nice hot fresh soup. So all you're going to do when you get to work is you're going to boil your kettle or go to one of those watering jug machines that has a hot water feature. You're going to add some boiling water in there, put the lid back on, let it sit for 5 minutes, and you could even put it on even earlier if you want your veggies softer, and everything's going to soften and mix. And then just before, just give it a little shake like that just to mix up all the seasonings. Then you're going to open it up and you're going to have lunch. So that's how quick and simple Epicure can make your life. And I'd like to thank you all for joining me in my kitchen.